Okay, so this is our last video on solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. And I'm working from the JMAP Solving Quadratics 6 worksheet. This is number 5. And in this example, problem, they're asking us to round to the nearest tenth. So we are going to use the quadratic formula because this one is not factorable. There is no factors that I can multiply to give a -5 and sum to get a +1. So, following the standard form, I'm going to find my a, which is 1, b is 1, and c is -5. So putting those into the quadratic formula that is shown in the upper right hand corner, I have -1 plus or minus b squared, which is 1, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -5, all over 2 times 1. Now, at this point, you can put each one of them into your calculator separately, knowing that your two solutions are built into that plus minus, but I'm going to go ahead and show that breakdown. And again, you could put this whole thing in to your calculator, this is called the discriminant, by storing a in, storing b in, storing c in, and then typing b squared minus 4 times a times c into your calculator. If you do that, you will skip this next step, which I'm going to write out. 1 squared is 1, -4 times 1 is -4, times a -5 is +20, all over 2. So the discriminant is +21, which, because that is a non-perfect square, we're going to get an irrational number, and that's why we're going to round it to the nearest tenth. So, separating those two solutions, one of them is -1 plus the square root of 21 over 2. The other one is -1 minus the square root of 21 over 2. And those decimals are going to come out to be 1.8 and -2.8 to the nearest tenth. And to make sure that you have the correct solutions, you would take each one of these separately, store them in for x, type out your quadratic equation to get your two trues. And that is it. It's important that you know how to solve quadratics, both by factoring and using the quadratic formula. If either one of these methods are somewhat confusing to you, just make sure you watch the videos until you feel comfortable with them, as they are very important concepts to your future math courses.